You're brushing your pool, the water looks clear, no green, no cloudiness. But when your hand slides along the wall, it feels slick. Not gritty, not dirty, just slippery. And that's confusing, because if something was growing in your pool, you'd expect to see it, right? But that slick feeling usually shows up long before you see anything at all. Most people assume it's one of three things. It's just sunscreen, it's the plaster, or it's nothing. But here's what doesn't add up. You brush it, it feels smooth, then 2 days later, it's slick again. That's not random. First, let's separate something. If it feels gritty, that's debris. If it feels smooth and slick, that's growth starting. Not floating growth, surface growth. And that's the part that most people miss. Growth in the pool doesn't begin in the water. It begins on the wall. Before water turns cloudy, before anything looks green, something starts attaching at a microscopic level. And when it attaches, it forms a thin surface layer. You can't see it yet, but you can feel it. That's the slickness. Algae doesn't start by turning the water green. It starts by clinging. First, it attaches, then it feels slick, then it spreads. Most people only react at the last stage. Slippery walls are the first stage. That's why it feels so confusing. It looks fine, but it doesn't feel fine. So you might be thinking, but my chlorine is fine. Totally fair. Most people test it right away, and the numbers look fine. But chlorine mainly controls what's floating in the water. It helps stop a bloom. It doesn't always instantly prevent something that's just beginning to cling to a surface. Clear water tells you what's suspended, and slippery walls tell you what's attaching. That's the difference. It doesn't take much. A small dip in chlorine, a hot stretch of weather, slightly slower circulation, nothing dramatic, just enough. And that's why it keeps coming back. You brush it, it feels clean, then 2 days later, it's slick again. You remove the layer, but the condition that allowed it to start is still there. So it starts again. It's not random, it's repeating. So, is this serious? No, it's not panic time. It's an early signal. Slippery walls don't mean your pool is ruined. It means growth is starting quietly. And catching it now is a lot easier than dealing with green water later. Now, how do you stop it? You don't fight slime, you prevent attachment. That means making sure your chlorine is actually active, not just technically in range. Keeping your water balanced, keeping circulation consistent, brushing regularly so nothing has time to cling. So, you're not reacting to green water. You're stopping early growth from becoming green water. Big difference. Most pool owners only watch the water, but your pool gives you two signals. What's floating and what's attaching. Once you understand that difference, your pool stops surprising you. You stop waiting for green water to tell you something's wrong. You notice the wall first. If your pool walls feel slick, algae is already starting, even though the water looks clear. That slick feeling isn't random. It's early, and early is easier. Now, if you've ever wondered why dirt keeps coming into your pool, even though you run the pump, I break that down in this video right here.